ARMY cries. What really happened on Jungkook's 28th birthday? Why was he seen crying in Taehyung's arms? Where were the other BTS members? The truth will shock you. The night of September 1st, 2025, was supposed to be a night full of joy, celebration, and love for BTS's golden magne, Jungkook, who officially turned 28 years old. But instead of the festive atmosphere fans expected, the event turned into an emotional storm that no one saw coming. Millions of ARMY around the world woke up to shocking images and heartbreaking videos that went viral within minutes. Jungkook crying uncontrollably in Taehyung's arms, his face buried against the chest of his closest friend, tears streaming down his cheeks, as if the weight of the entire world had fallen on his shoulders. What happened? Why was the birthday boy in tears on what should have been one of the happiest nights of his life? Social media exploded with questions, theories, and endless speculations. Where were the other BTS members? Why was Taehyung the only one present? Did something happen behind the scenes that the public doesn't know? Or is this the beginning of something darker? Something the group tried so hard to hide? Fans are desperate for answers, and what we have uncovered will leave you speechless. It all started with a single post from Jungkook himself, a simple photo of a cake with the caption, "Thank you for the wishes." There was no sign of a big party, no glimpse of the other members, no laughter, no balloons, nothing that indicated the usual warmth of a BTS birthday celebration. Instead, just a small cake and a lonely caption. At first, ARMY thought Jungkook might be preparing for a surprise later in the evening. After all, BTS has been known for keeping things under wraps only to shock fans with unexpected moments. But as hours passed, reality began to sink in. No live stream, no group photo, no messages from the other members, at least not publicly. Only one person appeared, Kim Taehyung, and then came the moment that broke the internet. A fan account leaked a short, grainy video, allegedly taken from a distance in a private location. The clip showed Taehyung standing close to Jungkook, holding him tightly as Jungkook sobbed into his chest. Taehyung's hands gently rubbed his back, his face full of concern, whispering something softly into Jungkook's ear. The caption read, "This is not what I expected to see today." Within seconds, ARMY timelines were flooded with heartbreak. Jungkook crying on his own birthday while being comforted by Taehyung. And where was everyone else? This wasn't just a tear or two. Witnesses described it as a full breakdown, the kind you have when you've been holding everything in for too long. His body shook, his shoulders trembled, and his sobs were loud enough to be heard even in the short clip. For a moment, the world seemed to stop. Fans who have followed Jungkook since his teenage trainee days know how strong he has always been, how rarely he shows such raw vulnerability in public. To see him like this, utterly broken, was not only shocking but deeply painful. So, the question remains, what triggered these tears? Was it the absence of his other brothers? Was it loneliness, exhaustion, or something else entirely? And why did Taehyung, out of all people, become the only anchor in this storm? Social media explodes. ARMY can't believe their eyes the moment that short clip of Jungkook in tears surfaced online. The internet became a battlefield of emotions. Within minutes, hashtags like #ProtectJungkook, #TaeKook, and #WhyIsJungkook crying dominated the worldwide trending list. Fans were torn between heartbreak and confusion. Many couldn't even bring themselves to watch the full clip without pausing to wipe away their own tears. The image of Jungkook, the man known for his strength, his endless energy, his unstoppable passion, now looking like a fragile soul desperately clinging to the one person who stayed by his side. It shattered hearts everywhere. Theories started flying instantly. Some fans believed this was about exhaustion, that Jungkook had been under immense pressure these past few months. After all, BTS had been working tirelessly in the United States for their upcoming album, a project shrouded in mystery but expected to be the biggest of their career. Others thought it had to do with something far more personal, something that even ARMY was not prepared to hear. Could there have been a conflict among the members? A secret disagreement that led to this emotional collapse? Or was it something simpler but equally heartbreaking? The sheer loneliness of celebrating your birthday without your family, one fan tweeted. I've been following BTS for 10 years, and I've never seen Jungkook cry like this. What happened? Why only Taehyung? Where are the others? Another wrote, the fact that he's crying in Taehyung's arms shows how deep their bond is. My heart can't take this. Clips were analyzed frame by frame. Fans zoomed in to see Taehyung's lips moving, trying to figure out what words he whispered into Jungkook's ear. Some claimed they saw him say, "It's okay, I'm here." Others insisted they caught the words, "Don't think about them now." If that's true, who are them? Could it be the other members? Could it be the staff? Or was it something else entirely? Nobody knows, but the speculation only made the moment even more intense. The video wasn't the only thing circulating. A few hours later, a series of photos surfaced. Jungkook sitting at a table with a small cake, Taehyung right beside him, his arm draped protectively over Jungkook's shoulders. The candles were lit, the cake was simple, and there were no extravagant decorations, no huge crowd cheering in the background. Just two best friends sharing what should have been a happy moment, but instead, the atmosphere looked heavy, almost suffocating. In one photo, Jungkook's eyes were visibly swollen from crying. In another, Taehyung was looking at him with such raw concern that fans couldn't stop crying themselves. The questions grew louder. Why was Taehyung the only one there? Where were RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, and Jimin? Each member had posted birthday wishes for Jungkook on social media earlier that day, but none of them appeared in person. This was not normal. In the past, even during their busiest schedules, they always found a way to be there for each other. Was this the first sign of a growing distance between the members? Or was something happening behind closed doors that ARMY wasn't supposed to see? And then came the most shocking detail of all. An insider report claimed that Jungkook had been waiting for the others, that he believed there would be a surprise, that at any moment, the door would open and his Hyungs would walk in smiling, ready to celebrate with him. But that moment never came. Instead, silence. No knock on the door. No surprise party. Just emptiness, until Taehyung showed up. If that's true, then Jungkook's tears weren't just about stress. They were about heartbreak, about expectations crushed in the most painful way. Can you imagine sitting in a quiet room on your birthday, staring at your phone, hoping it will ring, hoping the people you love most will walk through that door, and then realizing they're not coming? For Jungkook, who has always valued family above all, this must have been devastating. But what made Taehyung come when nobody else did? What does this say about their bond? And why didn't the others make it? Were they really too busy? Or was there something deeper, something that will shake the foundation of BTS forever? The emotional breakdown. What fans didn't see in the viral video, the viral clip that shattered ARMY hearts worldwide, was only the tip of the iceberg. Behind those few seconds of footage lies a story far more raw and heartbreaking than anyone imagined. Witnesses who claimed to have been nearby described a scene that felt unbearable to watch. According to one anonymous source, Jungkook didn't just cry, he completely broke down, his sobs echoing through the quiet room like the sound of someone carrying years of unspoken pain. He kept saying something over and over. The source revealed, their voice trembling as they spoke to a fan account. It sounded like he was apologizing, but also like he was asking why. Those words alone sent chills through the fandom. Apologizing? Asking why? Why would Jungkook apologize on his own birthday? And why did his voice sound so full of desperation, as if he had reached the end of his strength? Another witness mentioned something even more gut-wrenching. Taehyung kept holding him, telling him to breathe, stroking his hair, whispering things like, "You're not alone, I'm here." But Jungkook wouldn't stop crying. He clung to Taehyung like a child, like someone who had lost everything. The description painted a picture too painful for fans to handle. The strong, confident Jungkook ARMY knew, the golden magne who always smiled for his fans, was gone that night. In his place was a man stripped bare of his walls, showing emotions so deep that even the closest friends might struggle to comfort him.